Buckle up, this is going to be a long one. I've been lurking here for years and never thought I'd have my own story to share, but recent events have pushed me to finally post. This isn't just about a house, it's about decades of family dysfunction finally reaching a breaking point. Some necessary background. I, 35F, am the oldest of three sisters, me, Sarah, 30F, and Emma, 26F. Emma has been the golden child since literally the day she was born. I still remember my parents bringing her home from the hospital and telling 9-year-old me that I needed to understand that Emma is special and would need extra attention. Boy, did that turn out to be an understatement. Growing up, the dynamic was crystal clear. Emma got whatever she wanted, Sarah tried to stay under the radar, and I was the perpetual disappointment. Some examples that really stick out. When I was 12, I saved up my allowance for 6 months to buy a bike. Emma, 3 at the time, threw a tantrum because she wanted it. Guess who had to share her bike? And by share, I mean Emma got it whenever she wanted, and I got it, basically never. When it eventually got damaged because Emma left it in the driveway, I got punished for not taking care of my things. For my 16th birthday, I begged for a laptop for schoolwork. Got told it was too expensive. 2 months later, Emma, 7, got an iPad because she's gifted and needs to develop her talents. She broke it within a week, and they bought her a new one. I got a partial scholarship to college, but still needed loans. Parents said they couldn't help because money was tight. 2 years later, they paid Emma's full tuition at an expensive private college, which she dropped out of after 3 semesters to become an influencer. Sarah's relationship with our parents was different but equally messed up. She learned early on to make herself invisible. While I fought back against the unfairness and got punished for my attitude, Sarah just tried to stay out of everyone's way. She developed severe anxiety and struggled with an eating disorder in high school, which our parents largely ignored because Emma was busy with her dance recitals. Sarah and I became close during those years, though we rarely talked about the family dynamics directly. It was like we had this unspoken agreement to just support each other quietly. Our extended family wasn't much better. Our mom's sister, Aunt Karen, yes, really, was Emma's biggest cheerleader. Every family gathering, she'd go on about how Emma was destined for greatness while making backhanded comments about my career choices or Sarah's appearance. Our cousins learned quickly that being nice to Emma was the way to get attention from the adults, so family events became this weird competition for who could praise Emma the most. The only person who saw through it was our grandfather, Dad's side. He used to slip me and Sarah $20 bills when no one was looking and tell us he was proud of us. After he died when I was 23, we found out he'd left each of us grandkids a small inheritance. Somehow, my parents convinced the lawyer that Emma needed a larger share because she was planning for her future. I got $5,000, Sarah got $5,000, Emma got $15,000. She spent it all on a business course from some Instagram guru. Fast forward to my career. I went into tech, which my parents hated because it wasn't prestigious enough. Every family dinner included some variation of "When are you going to get a real job?" Meanwhile, Emma decided to become an influencer after dropping out of college. My parents converted their home office into her content creation studio, complete with ring lights, backgrounds, and a new MacBook Pro. They even hired a social media consultant to help her grow her following. Now, about the current situation. When the pandemic hit in 2020, my startup went under. I had about 3 weeks left on my apartment lease and not enough savings to cover Bay Area rent while job hunting. I had this old RV I'd bought the previous year for weekend trips, nothing fancy, just a 20-foot rig with basic amenities. Decided to sell most of my stuff and live in it temporarily. Called my parents about possibly parking in their driveway while job hunting. Mom actually gasped like I'd suggested parking a toxic waste container on their lawn. What would the neighbors think? What about Emma's content? She can't have an RV in the background of her videos. Keep in mind, Emma was living at home rent-free, had taken over half the house for her business, and had just adopted 2 expensive designer cats, which my parents paid for. Continued in next comment due to length. Part 2. The next 8 months were interesting. Bounced between Walmart parking lots and campgrounds. Learned real quick which public bathrooms were 24/7 and which Planet Fitness locations had the best showers. Emma thought this was hilarious and made several TikToks about van life and living authentic, tagging me in them. She even tried to convince me to let her film a day in the life video in my RV for her content. I told her where she could stick her content. Finally landed a good cybersecurity job. Lived like a hermit for 2 years, saving every penny. Found this ranch house, 3 bedrooms, decent yard, solid bones, but needs some updating. Closed the deal last month. Kept the RV in the backyard because, honestly, it reminds me of what I overcame. Here's where it gets crazy. Last week, got a call from Mom. No congratulations on the house. Instead, she starts telling me, not asking, telling me, that Emma and her new fiancé are moving into my house. Apparently, they can't find anywhere nice enough in their price range. Their solution? I should move back into my RV in the backyard while they take the main house because Emma needs the space to start a family. Some key points about Emma's fiancé: he's a real estate agent she met 3 months ago. He drives a leased BMW he can barely afford, calls himself an entrepreneur, and has already tried to recruit everyone in the family into his crypto investment scheme. Real winner. The conversation went something like this. Mom, Emma and Jake are moving in next month. They'll need the master bedroom of course, and the other 2 bedrooms for their future children. Me, what? No, absolutely not. Mom, don't be selfish. You lived in that RV before, you can do it again. Emma needs a proper home. Me, I bought this house. With my money. That I earned. While living in an RV, because none of you would help me. Mom, after everything we've done for you. Family helps family. Me, where was that attitude when I was homeless? Mom, don't be dramatic, you weren't homeless, you had your RV. Emma needs this more than you do. She's going to start a family. Me, she's not even pregnant. Mom, but she will be. And Jake says the market is too expensive right now. They need somewhere nice for Emma's content. Think of her followers. I hung up. Then the text started. Dad, your mother is very upset. You need to think about what's best for the family. Emma, OMG, why are you so selfish? Loudly crying face, loudly crying face, loudly crying face. Jake, and I need this. Aunt Karen, I raised you better than this. Emma deserves a nice home. Various cousins, just help your sister out and don't be difficult. Emma started posting crying videos on Instagram about her housing journey and how family should support each other. She even started a series called Toxic Family Chronicles where she heavily implied I was abusive and jealous of her success. Her followers started sending me hate messages. Continued in next comment. Part 3. The confrontation came to a head last Sunday. I was doing some yard work when 3 cars pulled up: my parents, Emma, and Jake, and Aunt Karen. They all walked up like they owned the place. Emma was carrying paint swatches and Pinterest printouts. Jake had a measuring tape. The conversation went something like this. I started recording on my phone as soon as they walked up. Emma, walking straight past me into my house. The living room needs to be completely redone. This furniture is so basic. Me, what are you doing? Get out. Jake, measuring windows, we'll need new curtains. Emma's followers expect a certain aesthetic. Mom, don't be difficult. Emma needs to maintain her brand. Dad, setting up some kind of tripod. Emma wants to document the renovation process for her channel. Me, there is no renovation process, because this isn't your house. Aunt Karen, don't raise your voice at family. Emma is trying to build something here. Emma, already tearful, I can't work with these walls. They're totally wrong for my content. Daddy, can we paint today? That's when I lost it. I told them they had exactly 2 minutes to get out of my house before I called the police. Jake got in my face about adverse possession laws. He clearly doesn't understand how they work. Emma started full-on sobbing about how I was ruining her dreams. Mom tried to guilt-trip me about family loyalty. I called 911. They left before the police arrived, but not before Jake threatened to make me regret this, and Emma promised her followers would hear all about my abuse. The aftermath has been wild. Emma's posting hourly crying updates about toxic family dynamics and narcissistic siblings. My parents are telling everyone who'll listen that I'm mentally unstable. Jake tried to list my house as coming soon on his real estate website. Aunt Karen started a family email chain about helping Emma heal. Extended family is divided between just give Emma what she wants and what the actual fuck. Sarah finally called. She moved across the country years ago for work reasons that we both know were really escape the family reasons. Turns out they pulled similar stuff with her, tried to make her give Emma her car last year when Emma crashed hers, attempted to guilt her into letting Emma's business take over her apartment when she lived closer, even tried to access her savings account because Emma had opportunities she couldn't miss. Continued. Final part. Current situation. Installed security cameras and changed all locks. Documented everything and contacted a lawyer. Saved all social media posts, texts, and recordings. Blocked everyone except Sarah. Found out Emma's been telling her followers she already owns the house and I'm squatting there. The wildest part? Emma still lives rent-free at our parents' house, has never held a real job, and her biggest influence achievement is getting free protein shakes from some MLM company. But somehow I'm the failure, because I checks notes, bought my own house, and won't give it away. TLDR, golden child sister who's never worked a day in her life expected me to give her my house and live in my RV because she needs it for her influencer career. Parents and extended family supported this insanity. Currently dealing with social media harassment and legal threats. Update, Emma's latest video just dropped. Apparently I'm now holding her back from her destiny and jealous of her authentic journey. She started a GoFundMe for her dream home. The comments are wild. Update 2, Jake just got fired from his real estate job for trying to list my house. Emma's crying on IG about how I ruined their lives. Can't make this stuff up. Final update, thank you all for the support and advice. I've taken legal action and will post a full update when I can. And yes, I'm writing a book about all this. Turns out living in an RV gives you lots of time to write. Edit 3, to answer the top questions. Yes, I have cameras everywhere now. No, I'm not giving in. Emma has about 50k followers. Yes, this is all real, unfortunately. Yes, I'm in therapy. No, you can't have her social media handles, though I'm sure you can figure it out. Edit 4, since people keep asking yes, our parents still expect me to make this right. No, they don't see anything wrong with their behavior. Yes, I'm considering going permanent NC. Edit 5, RIP my inbox again. Thanks for all the support and awards. To everyone sharing similar stories, I see you, and I'm sorry you dealt with this too. Family entitlement is wild.